Hi, everyone. Glad you're able to make it. My name is Mansoor Jaffrey, and I'm the GPM for Teams Mobile Experiences. It often feels like being in Teams, like we're one of our biggest users. And that's not just because we work on the product itself, but because we are a very geographically diverse group. We operate out of multiple continents. And so at any given point of the day, there's someone somewhere working on a feature that you love in some time zone. So even though we live and breathe this every day, like because we're so diverse, working across so many geographical boundaries, working across boundaries is something that we encounter every day, the need to collaborate, the need to engage and communicate. But we didn't build this product for us, for ourselves. We built this product for you. And so when we're looking at our quarterly plans, what to build, what goes into our roadmap, we pay very close attention to what we hear from you, the users. And so we are where we are in large part based on your input and your feedback. So thank you for that. So where are we exactly? When we started working on Teams, we had this vision for a collaborative hub for the modern workplace. And this vision transcends form factors, endpoints, and platforms. It's equally applicable to Teams that's running on the computer on your desktop as it is to Teams running in your pocket on your phone. We actually have a pretty diverse portfolio. We have a variety of desktop and web apps. Mobile is a prominent part of that portfolio. We have native apps for iOS and Android. We actually have a tailored app for the iPad, which takes advantage of the larger screen. It's a pretty delightful experience. I would encourage you to try it out if you haven't already. We get lots of positive comments in the App Store reviews and ratings. This is what it looks like today. We have pretty healthy ratings. These are worldwide numbers. The numbers for the US market are actually a little bit higher, but given that we're in 181 countries and 44 languages, this is how we evaluate ourselves worldwide. And we're honored and grateful to be receiving such positive feedback, but at the same time, we realize that things are just beginning. Things are just beginning to get interesting, not just for collaboration and the modern workplace, but also for mobile. So where do we go from here? What's the story of mobile? When we, within the teams, look at our charter and this space, it basically boils down to three big buckets, three top themes, three main tenets. And those are making sure that the mobile experience is fully functional, special emphasis on mobile-first scenarios, and lighting up cross-device features. So what do I mean by these? In the life cycle of your work, it's inevitable that you will step away from your desk. And when that happens, the need to stay in touch with your team or to stay on top of your work doesn't go away, especially if being on the go is part of your work, or if you're part of the growing segment of users who are deskless, who don't have desks and don't expect to have a computer, shouldn't need to have a computer. So even though fully functional has been a core part of our philosophy for mobile since the beginning, we've had to prioritize in the past to light up those key features, the core scenarios that everybody encounters. But there were still many things that you had to go back to the desktop experience for, like search a team, create a team, take care of that one blocking factor, and then come back to mobile, and then from that point onwards, you can do all your work. But over the last year, we've built out the mobile experiences to provide comprehensive coverage across the board. And so whether it's searching and joining teams, whether it's scheduling and creating meetings, whether it's consuming or sharing content within meetings, the list goes on and on. The point I'm trying to make is whether you're an information worker or a first-line worker, Teams can be a great companion experience, but now it's ready to be a standalone experience as well. It's worth noting that we had a very similar talk last year, right here in Orlando, Ignite 2017, where the main theme was fully functional. And now it's one of the things that we're doing. So we're already evolving to the next stage of things. But if I only ever talked about comparing with the large screen experience, then I'd be missing the point of mobile and mobility altogether. We wouldn't be thinking about features like driving mode, location sharing. These things come about, these are uniquely and primarily mobile experiences that may never find their way to the desktop experience, for example. And so it's this interesting combination of the kinds of use cases people have when they're on the go and in the moment the kind of things that are enabled by the mobile endpoint, like access to your location, camera, etc. And it also creates its own set of challenges. Like how do we cater to experiences when your battery's running low, when the network becomes flaky, when you have a small keyboard? And so it's part of our philosophy moving forward to place special emphasis to mobile-first experiences. The other thing we've noticed is that people are still getting work done through chat. And in the absence of enterprise-grade products, what they do is they fall back to consumer applications that they're familiar with, like WhatsApp. And we've heard these stories over and over anecdotally, that medical staff and nurses taking pictures of medical reports and results, sometimes even the patients, and sharing them with fellow workers, fellow medical staff, in the interest of expediency. And when you prioritize for expediency in such a way, what gets lost is security and compliance. Those pictures then get saved on the user's phone in an unsecured manner. Your work chats are now intermingled with your personal chats with your friends and family. In fact, you had to ask your coworker for their cell phone number to be able to send those messages in the first place in those consumer apps. The list goes on and on. It's just messy in so many ways. So what we've done is we saw the pattern, we heard the feedback, and that informed our plans. And so we've built a number of these mobile-first features into Teams with the enterprise-grade security and compliance that you expect of Office, so that Teams can continue to be a one-stop shop for your workplace. And then, similarly, cross-device. Similar to mobile-first, it's the existence of Teams running simultaneously on so many devices around you that gives rise to a number of interesting scenarios that we can solve for. How many times have you started a meeting on one machine, like your laptop, and wished that you could just migrate that call over to your phone as you step away? Or vice versa, having a call on your phone and then arriving at your desk. How many times have you been in a meeting where the in-room device itself is not on the invite? Everybody has their laptops, but getting the device set up makes you jump through so many hoops that a lot of time is taken up at the start of every meeting just to get things set up. Or how many times have you been in a meeting where there are remote participants who've connected remotely, and then someone stands up and starts whiteboarding things? And now these guys, the people on the call, are in the dark because the whiteboard is not visible to the meeting. We call these scenarios proximity scenarios. And we're working to enable a very seamless one-tap join experience, whether that's in a meeting room, whether that's migrating your call from one device to the other. I don't have in-room devices with me right now. There's a dedicated session on that presented by Ilya that I encourage you to attend. But here's a snapshot of what that looks like. And so you could just stand up, join the meeting, and show that whiteboard to those remote participants. But enough talk. Let me jump to demos. And so what I'll do is I'll switch over to my phone over here. And I am expecting Wi-Fi to go down. I am expecting a few hiccups along the way, but I've come prepared. I have some backup videos. I hope I won't need to resort to them, but if I do, bear with me. So let me start with chat, because chat is the core of our platform. And with Teams, everybody in your organization is accessible to you. You could start a new chat, and through searching and autocomplete, you don't have to share cell phone numbers to be able to find them. In fact, it goes beyond just your organization. It includes federated tenants. It includes guests that you've invited to your organization. And so let me give you an example of a group chat that I've created over here. And going back to my earlier narrative of being able to share something securely, assume this is an example of me having to share sensitive content. I'm going to pick one from my camera roll, just because I don't have a picture in front of me to take, but pretend that I had to take this live. Then I'm able to edit this. I'm able to annotate this, call attention to the parts that need attention. I can share this within the group in a manner that allows you to be completely compliant and secure. Now, I'm not advocating that this is how you go about healthcare scenarios. Healthcare is a highly regulated industry. We have elaborate solutions for healthcare end-to-end. I'm simply using this as a talking point for how this picture would never leave the secure boundaries of this group chat. Now, given that in this example, I've picked this up from my camera roll for the sake of the demo. And then imagine if I needed to add someone to this group conversation. Then I can tap on the group details. I see these other people in the conversation already. I can choose to add a participant. Let's say I pick Lee. And then privacy concerns are top of mind for us as well. By default, we share no conversation history. So this user will only see the content that is being talked about from that point onwards. But we understand the need to share some history. So we've built in granular controls. We've set some presets that help you choose the most common ones, but you can also have a custom number of days. In this case, let's say I pick 1 day, so Lee only sees the last 1 day's worth of conversation in this group. That keeps the rest of the conversation private. Now, because this group was only created a day ago, 1 day basically means the entire chat. But otherwise, you get the idea. And then we've also built some additional expressiveness into our conversations. This is what we call reactions. And so you could choose to have a like, a heart, a concerned face, whatever suits the moment, which, by the way, is something that some of those aforementioned consumer apps don't yet have. So with that, let me move to channels. No discussion of conversations would be complete in Teams without mentioning channels. Channels is a place where chats are closed conversations within a group. Channels are open conversations within a team. They're categorized by topic. They are organized by threads. And it's a way for people to go and look up the history of the conversation that was there. So for those who've already used or already familiar with Teams, there's tabs and additional files and tabs and other functionality available on the desktop. You have access to all of that on your fingertips for mobile. So it's functionally complete is what I'm trying to say. You can open the Files tab. You can open some of these files right here in line without ever having to leave Teams or to install Excel. If you wanted to edit this, you can always go and get the app and be able to edit this. But for viewing only, the Teams experience will suffice. Here's an example of a planner tab, whereby I'm deep linked right into the specific plan for this specific conversation in this specific channel. So I don't have to open the app and then figure out my way around that app. It's deep linked, it's contextual, it's at my fingertips. And then if there's conversations going on in the channels, worth emphasizing that I can always @mention people. And that will result in a notification at their end. Speaking of notifications, this is where things begin to get really interesting for mobile. Because unlike the desktop, where pop-ups come and go, with your mobile client, they persist on your lock screen and elsewhere. The activity bell in the app is the area where you catch up on everything that's happened. And sometimes it can get too overwhelming, so we have built this filter. Maybe it's just the unread stuff that you care about right now, a much more manageable list than the hundreds of items that you saw earlier. Or perhaps the @mentions are the ones that are most important right now that demand your attention. So essentially, we've taken care of building these detailed, thorough, comprehensive experience into the mobile client as well. So just because you're in mobile does not mean that you're getting a subset of the experience or a low-grade version or scaled-down experience. You have all the tools at your disposal to be able to stay productive. And then I could pop over into the settings, notification, and exercise greater control over the kinds of notification I see. Because it's going to buzz my phone every time, I can choose to turn certain ones on or off. If I have just a small number of channels, I can choose to be notified about everything because I don't want to miss it. If I have a lot of channels and a lot of conversations, I can choose to turn more things off so that I can retain my sanity and not be driven insane by the phone buzzing perpetually. And if you notice at the top of the screen, there's an option that says, only when I'm not active on the desktop. Because if you're already seeing that thing on the other screen, then you don't have to be notified on the phone. This is an example of cross-device awareness that I was talking about. But this granularity isn't enough. because it simply says what types of notifications come through or not, but doesn't say when. And so we built this new feature called quiet hours. And you might be thinking, my iPhone, my Android already have do not disturb and quiet hours, so why have this in Teams as well? Well, the idea is there might be times when you want to silence work stuff, not everything. And so this gives you a means of silencing Teams without having to silence your entire set of apps that you have. So as you can see, you can go there, you can select which hours to start on, which hour to end on, and that way you can have your dinner in peace, not be woken up at 1 a.m. in the night because your team member in Bangalore has hit an issue. And we could have stopped there, but we didn't. Because imagine yourself on a Sunday morning, still getting Teams messages because it's not 11 p.m. yet. And so we realized that people's work schedules are not just hour-based, they're also weekday and weekend-based. And so we added quiet days. So you can go ahead and say yes to the hours, but also all day Saturday and all day Sunday. So again, this is an example of us having done some deep thinking about the scenarios over here and making sure that we cover the entire story end to end. This is not just lip service, this is not just a checkbox feature. This is meant to provide you with the best tools at your disposal to be productive when you need to be and to take a break at other times. So that was notifications. Next on my list is calls. And calling and meeting is an area which I think is a real differentiator for Teams. The level of quality, the level of the scale, the level of seamlessness that you see in Teams, I feel is unsurpassed, because you will find a lot of other group communication clients out there that rely on third-party solutions to be able to take care of this calling aspect. So they have to constantly rely on other tools to provide the end-to-end story. At Teams, as I said, we aim to be the one-stop shop. And so when I talk about calls, it covers a wide spectrum. It can be one-on-one calls, whether those are video calls or audio calls. They can be group calls with a small group. They can be small meetings, all the way to live broadcast events with thousands and thousands of people. And you can do it across all platforms. So let me start with calls, and then I'll go into meetings. So if I hop over to the calls tab at the bottom, you see the call history. This includes your Teams VoIP calls that you may have made to your coworkers. This also includes PSTN calls, which serves as your virtual work number. And as you'll see, this is basically the entire phone experience that you get with your phone inside of Teams. You have calls, you have voicemails, you have transcripts for those voicemails. You can start a new call to someone. And because we're on the mobile device, you can even access your phone contacts. And so basically, it's a fully functional phone experience for both your VoIP and video calls and your PSTN work number right within Teams. And then we also have a number of settings. So I hop over into settings and calls. I can tweak the way I want calls to work, whether I want calls forwarded or not. Do I want them to ring simultaneously? What happens if they've rung and they've timed out? How do I change my voicemail greetings? So a number of tools. And what you see over here is basically a flavor of a sampling of more things that are yet to come as well that will power enterprise scenarios. And by the way, everything that I'm showing you over here is either brand new already in the product or is coming very soon in Q4. And so this is not wishful thinking. This is actual code running on my device right here. Next, let me jump into meetings. So the meetings experience gives you an overview of all the meetings in your day. And we really optimized it for hopping in and jumping into the experience with one click. And it's worth mentioning that now you can also schedule meetings right from your phone. Let me actually just demonstrate that to you. So here's a control top right of your screen. I'll tap that. And I'll put in a title. I can add recipients. Based on these 2 people that I want to invite, it will automatically suggest times that actually work for all of them. So it minimizes work that I have to do at my end. I can tap on it to pick a time that works for them. Done. And the meeting's on the calendar. So very few steps, very little friction. I'm able to add Teams meetings on my calendar. And for us, Teams, a meeting isn't just something that happens in that moment. The time that you spend on a meeting, during the meeting, is actually a small subset of the time and effort that you spend on that topic, on that content. It starts way in advance with pre-meeting things. You might be collaborating and discussing what to show, prep, review things. And then there's the in-meeting experience. And then collaboration continues long after the meeting has ended. And so when we create a meeting in Teams, it's basically a session with its own conversation and history. So here's an example of a meeting that has not yet happened. It's scheduled for tomorrow. But people are already discussing it. They're talking about it. They're sharing content. They're sharing files. There's things to be done before the meeting starts. And I can consume that from my phone. I can even tap on the file that's been shared. It's the same file that I showed you earlier. And I can review this, and I can respond back in the meeting chat that's going on. And so for us, the prep work is as important as the meeting itself. And this is where the persistent nature of Teams chats comes in really handy. It's not just a persistent history of the conversations, it's also a persistent history of the content. You can always go back to that meeting that happened last week or last month and see that specific deck or that specific file that was discussed. So it's easy to find as well. And then comes the in-meeting experience. And so I'm going to join a meeting right here. Let me do a little bit of setup over here. Some of these steps are best juggled with multiple people. And I had set this up before the meeting, but somehow it timed out. So give me a moment, and I will get it right back. All right. So with that, let me jump into this meeting. The title might seem familiar. It's this presentation. And you can see I'm consuming this from my phone. This is a 100% authentic experience with animations and everything. And so it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that I could have just presented this entire session from my phone. In fact, I'm doing a little bit of that right now. So right now, I'm presenting to you from my phone. And let me switch to my laptop. And just 1 second. Again, there's a lot of juggling involved over here, so give me just 1 second to set this up for you. So this is what the room is seeing. And this is what my phone is showing. And I can view this PowerPoint deck privately without interrupting or interfering with anyone else's flow. But if I wanted to, I could take control, and I could manage the flow of this presentation from my phone. And now, when I change slides, everybody sees what I'm showing them. And so with that, let me switch to the laptop once again. And now I'm actually able to navigate the flow directly from my phone. And other people's content is not the only thing that I'm able to share. I'm able to share my own files. I'm able to share picture I'm able to share videos. In fact, there's one more thing that I would like to show you. And it doesn't work when I have the Lightning connector connected. So and now I'm able to share my screen from my phone. And this works across both iOS and Android. Works great on tablets. And so the fact that you're on your phone doesn't mean that you're missing out on anything, because now the mobile client is fully functional with all the capabilities that you expect of Teams. So with that, let me actually show you one more scenario that really highlights the true mobile nature of things. So I'm going to go back to Teams. All right, any minute now, I guess. So one of the things I mentioned earlier was the constraints and the set of challenges that come along by virtue of being on the mobile device. One of them is low battery. The other one of them is low bandwidth. When you're on the phone in a meeting and you encounter those conditions, we actually nudge you and say, hey, your battery's running low, or you have low bandwidth, consider turning your video off. And we give you a one-click solution to turn the video off. But oftentimes it happens that you're walking or moving through an area just has low coverage. Examples are driving away from your garage in the morning, or walking through an area of your building that has a gap in Wi-Fi. And so we have an experience that scales back very gracefully. So it tries to reconnect you if it can, but if not, it gives you the tools of reconnecting yourself or calling back via cell. So I'm going to attempt something that's, again, a bit tricky. It depends on the Wi-Fi signal strength and the timing, but let me try that. If not, I have a backup video for you. But what I'll do is I'll go over to the settings, and I'll turn Wi-Fi off. This will choke the experience. In just a few seconds, the OS will tell us the connectivity is gone. So we start searching for the network. In the meantime, we've surfaced this dial-in option. You can dial in via phone if you want, because it might be your data connection. But if I quickly re-enable the Wi-Fi, it's trying really hard to get that call back for you. It's trying over Wi-Fi, it's trying over cell data, it's trying everything it can, and boom, it's back, just because I turned Wi-Fi off. So it's working on your behalf in the background. But if and when things will inevitably fail, we give you the tools and options to be able to rejoin on your own. And that's why, as you saw, we surfaced the call back via phone button. So that wraps up the things that I had to show you, and we can move on to Q&A. But before doing that, I wanted to give a shout out to the team back in Bellevue and Bangalore, who've been working day and night to, literally speaking, because they're in different time zones, to enable these experiences for you. The work that I showed here, I'm merely representing the things that awesome crew has been working on for the last several months. So with that, we can open the floor to Q&A. What's the protocol? Do we want to line up? Can you try that, Mike?
So I just wanted to respond to the quiet hours and the quiet days. When you have that set on, do you get like the other people that are kind of contact you get any kind of like out of office notification, that sort of thing?
Not right now. So it's no different than turning your phone off, for example. So we don't indicate that you're in quiet hours to other people. We have been thinking about whether it makes sense to indicate that or not, but we haven't moved forward on that yet. And again, as I mentioned earlier, there are things that we think are the right thing to do for the users, and then there's things that we hear from the users. And so continued feedback and input is something that we value very much. So makes sense.
If we were to use conditional access to allow Teams mobile externally, or Teams access externally, but say block SharePoint externally, how would that affect mobile client?
So Kira, maybe you can keep me honest over here. With Teams, the functionality to use files and storage comes built in. And so if you have a team and if you have channels, you get that by default. And so I'm not aware of any switches that disables parts of Teams functionality.
So if we were to use conditional access to say, hey, block external access to SharePoint, but we have a separate conditional access to a subset of users that says allow Teams access, what we've seen with Skype for Business, Outlook for iOS and Android, what we've seen is that causes issues for the mobile users to sign into Outlook for iOS or Android because it's also using SharePoint if they've got OneDrive in that account also. So my assumption is that with Teams, since it uses SharePoint, it's going to be the same thing. So then would it be fair to say we would need to allow Teams access externally to the same group of people also with SharePoint externally also? If they're in Teams, they have to be able to access SharePoint externally for the Teams experience to work correctly. Okay.
And maybe I'm missing the point about externally in your question. What do you mean by that?
Outside the network, we want to prevent SharePoint
Remote.
access
Okay.
from outside the network.
Not external to your organization.
Correct.
Got it.
But we don't want to hinder something like Teams' full functionality since it uses SharePoint also.
Right. Makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
Great presentation. Thank you
Thank
so much. You went over a feature there that was quite interesting, the quick responses. When can we expect that?
The quick responses, which one?
They were, you went, yes.
Oh, yes, yes. Very, very soon.
Very, very soon. Great.
We're just putting final touches on it.
It was very cool. Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions? So we will be at the expo. I'll be at the expo all day tomorrow. There's a roundtable in the morning for questions about mobile. So if anything comes up, feel free to look any of us up. And looking forward to your continued feedback and input. Thank you.